Hey everybody, and welcome back with Winter Antiques. My name is Josh. I'm a part-time reseller, and today we are going to go through sell-through rate. It's kind of like a little tip and trick video. I call it more of an experience video because um, a lot of what I will tell you about is the experiences I have gone through, and um, yeah, I just like to keep it authentic. So today we're going to go through sell-through rate. I think that's very important when you're starting off as an eBay seller. If you have 0 items sourced and 0 items on eBay, this is probably or, there's a lot of good tips and tricks videos, but this is what I would do. What I would do is I would start sourcing items that have a sell-through rate of 70% or more only. You might not be making a whole lot of money. You might not be sourcing a whole lot. But the thing about that is that you want your items to move. Through my experience, I have just sold 1,000 items on eBay. I do this solely alone. I may have a friend here or there come over and maybe pack an item. Um, it's under 10 items in the thousands that I have, or in the 1,000 I have sold. Less than 10 have been packed by other people. Um, don't go buy all the, like, I used to go to an auction and I would buy these pallets, long, like 4 or 5 pallets. I'd win it for $2. And yeah, it was some great money until you realize that I'm still sorting that stuff 7 years later. I had a 40-foot shipping unit when I moved into this house, and it was packed full. I'm still working on my death pile, and I have come a very long way. A very long way means 2,755 items or something like that listed on eBay. That doesn't include all the items that went to an auction house that I messed up buying and wasted a bunch of time on. Sometimes I do a buyout and I get all these other extra items that it doesn't fit my eBay. I'm not shipping out stuff for $2-3 anymore. It's just not worth it. And then when you go to do taxes, it's just a big headache, and I'm not very good with taxes. So, sell through rate, supply and demand. Supply and demand. So, if there are 1,000 items listed on eBay and less than 100 sold, I mean, less than 5, like, you want to have an item, you want to find items that have like 100 listed, 70 sold, or more. If you can find, I had an item, it was called Scan-O-Matic. It was in my inventory for a very long time, 4 or 5 years. It was at a antique place up in South Dakota, never sold. I actually brought it home, or actually I got rid of my antique booth in general because it was a waste of money. It was um, it wasn't financially stable. There wasn't enough people coming into the store, and that's how I figured, because I have talked to other resellers there and they weren't making it some months either. And I had a $30 shelf and I couldn't make it at there, which was fine because eBay was paying that anyway. But I took that Scan-O-Matic out of my booth, brought it home, cleaned it up on eBay, tested it, worked out great. Listed it on eBay, had some watchers. I had offers open to it. I think I had it posted for 40 some dollars plus shipping, and people kept sending me like $28 plus shipping. This thing had a great sell through rate, so I have no clue why it was sitting around for so long. So, what I did is I waited probably 2 or 3 weeks. I went back into the listing and I marked it up to $48. And you're like, why, Josh? Why would you do that? And because I knew this item had such a good sell through rate, because the supply and demand was so heavily on the demand of the item instead of the supply, that I bumped my price up to $48 plus shipping, and it sold. I think I had it listed in the antique store at 30 or 35 bucks. That's the key point in sell through rate and supply and demand. I knew I had an item that had a really good demand and there was no supply. And there's like other items, like this one, for instance. I pulled this out of my death pile. I have sold these in the past for around $6 to $8. Is it worth it, Josh? Probably not. And I have other items like this that were sitting in my death pile. You know, K Products. A lot of people know them for their hats. I know them because my mom worked there. This is in Orange City, Iowa. She worked in the Rapids one. There was also one in Haywarden as well. Um, that item will probably sell a lot faster than this Pyrex, um, just because K Products does have a little bit of demand. The supply has been getting worse, or the supply has been like there's more hats for K Products listed, I believe, now than there were in the past. I don't have like evidence of that or anything like that, so don't quote me. But it seems like K Products hats just aren't moving as much as they used to. Um, but yeah, that's my little tip and trick and my experience with sell through rate. Sorry that the video is a little long, maybe boring. Appreciate all the new subscribers. It's really awesome. I will try to make more tip and trick videos, or what I like to call them is experience videos, because um, I could go and show you sourcing videos and buy all these items, you know, but guess what? Did they sell? How long did they sit? You know, that's why I like to do the what sold videos. And if you want to know how long an item sat, I will try to do the best I can. Like sometimes I can't always see when the day is or remember, but let me know. I also don't give my shipping discount out to people because usually people lowball offer me, and then I can justify that with the shipping price. So um, yeah, just a little bit tips and tricks. I think if you do want to increase your sales, I think free returns and um, giving the discount to or shipping discount to the buyer would increase your sales tremendously. But then you're also going to increase your returns a lot. And um, I don't really have a whole lot of returns unless I make a mistake. And um, just got to be accountable for it. If the item is getting returned for under 25 bucks, just move along. All right. Thank you so much. We'll see you on the next one.